So in order to cheer him up, the aged kuru, his valiant grandshire, roared aloud like a lion and blew his conch. So Duryodhan, you had that last verse when Duryodhan was afraid, he was worried. So Bhishma must have heard Duryodhan's words and realized that he was frightened. You've got a word in this verse, you see in the translation, you've got Vruddha, which means aged, which is a word that's used for Bhishma. It doesn't mean that someone that's a senior citizen, it means someone that's advanced. Advanced in knowledge, advanced in experience, and advanced in enthusiasm. This is the meaning of the word Vruddha. And Bhishma is the most advanced out of all the Kurus. Hence Bhishma is described as Kuru Vruddha. If you look at it in another way, Bhishma is the only one out of the entire court of army who is of pure court of blood. Therefore the word also Kuru Vruddha is used. He's the last elder of that Kuru family. Then there's Satyavati, and everyone after that is of mixed blood. So Bhishma is the mightiest out of all the warriors, and therefore he's given the utmost respect. Bhishma blew this conch. He roared out like a lion and did that for Duryodhan. This verse in the Gita explains that role of the elderly. For those of you who are interested in figures, at the time of the Mahabharata war, the age of Bhishma was at least 120 years old. We explained kind of how people's ages in life go down over time. And it was a different age at the time. People ate different foods, it was a different environment, different thoughts, and hence people had longer lifespans. Researchers have said his minimum age it could be is 120 years, the maximum is 160. So it's between 120 to 160. So putting these facts into chronological order, you've got between 120 to 160. Then you've got Duryodhan and Yudhishthir. All their ages were between 60 and 65. So you've got Bhishma, who's 120 years old to take the minimum, cheering up and making happy the 65-year-old Duryodhan. So what's the elderly do? This is their duty. When youngsters do not know what to do in life and are stuck, and a small problem arises, it's that elderly's duty to give them that guidance, say, don't be afraid, son or daughter, I'm here, I'll give you the advice. Because the elderly are rich in experience, they're advanced in experience. They've seen all the happiness and sadness in life, and hence they say, be calm and don't fear. And one who cheers someone up is known as older. And Bhishma has fulfilled this role excellently after seeing Duryodhan worried. I think that Bhishma is a youth at 120 years of age, whereas Duryodhan is a senior citizen at 65. Bhishma is a youth because youthfulness has got nothing to do with being young or old of age. Again, we talked last time about attitude. Youthfulness is about a state of mind. There's three stages in life. There's infancy, there's youth, and there's old age. You can tell which of those stages a person is at by looking at the attitude. Infancy has two features. The first is dependency, and the second thing is helplessness. This is infancy. A young child is very, very dependent because it has no strength. It's got many wishes, but it can't do much because it's dependent. If a child's sitting on a floor and it wants a toy, it has to scream and shout for it. It can't often get it. It wants that toy, but it hasn't got the strength to do it. Hence, that child is helpless. Therefore, because that child's crying, that crying is at that child's strength. And once that child cries, the mother will stop everything, come to get that child and ask the child what has happened. If someone is dependent, helpless, and always cries in their life, assume that that person has not left their infancy. Okay? Many people are still infants at the age of 50 years old or 60 years old, are always crying about things like it's too hot, it's raining, the market's going down, always crying about something. People like this are always infants. Why are they crying? It's because they're 50-year-old infants. It's not just because someone's sensitive and emotional, it doesn't mean that they're infant. Anyone can be like that. It's that helplessness and that dependency, not willing to do something for yourself. Old age has two features, worry and disappointment. If these are two features in a person, imagine that they're old. Only old people are meant to worry. Have you ever seen a child worry? Do you ever see a 3-year-old or 4-year-old ever looking down in life? It's impossible. It only happens to old people. Then you've got disappointment. Disappointment only comes because no matter how many years they've lived, there's not that many years left for them to live. They know this and they wonder what there is for them to do about. In the Srimad Bhagavad, they said that humans always have a reason for misery in their life. When you're a child, you're always scared that, you're always upset and miserable that you want something but you can't get it, you're helpless and dependent. Then you're a youth, up to the age of about 30. If you want, you can reach the stars, you can do anything you want. But the sadness here is confusion. People don't know what they want to do. They don't know which star to aim at. Above 30 to about 60, the main reason for sadness is regret. That not spending that time at childhood the way you wanted to. And old age, there's two reasons for sadness. The first is physical. You've lost your physical ability. You're helpless in that sense. And the second reason for an old person being sad is neglect and rejection. That's the second reason for sad. The first thing they can't really control, but I request you all, if you've got elders in your family, never under any circumstances make them feel rejected or neglected, because that's a very, very big reason for that sadness, and there's nothing they can do about it. That's something that's not within their control, no matter what they can do. So you've got that definition of old age, worry and disappointment. These old people, they wonder what they're going to do about those minimum years they've got left in their life. So that worry and disappointment are the characteristics of someone of old age. What then is youth? A youth is a person to whom childhood has left and old age is still yet to come. Very, very straightforward definition. A person in whom childhood has left and old age is still yet to come, and I gave you the definitions of those two. When you see an 18-year-old child worrying all the time and being depressed, assume they've become a senior citizen. Okay? They say it very well in English, I'm 18 years old. So they're old age. You should be saying 18 years young, or even 80 years young for that matter. So what is youth? Someone in whom childhood is left and old age is still to come. In other words, someone in whom helplessness and dependency has left, and worry and disappointment have still yet to come. Okay, this is what Bhishma is like. Therefore, it's in our hands whether we want to hold on to our youth. If we want it, we can keep it. And Bhishma is that youth. If you want to go more elaborately into what a youth is, there's three features of a youth. There's radiance, readiness, and capacity to get involved. Radiance, readiness, and capacity to get involved. This is youthfulness. A youth is radiant because a youth is has readiness, and youth always has this capacity in this to get involved, because a youth is never helpless. A youth must always be ready to work and always be ready to jump. Always ready, ever ready. An old man will always say, we'll see, see what happens, we'll try. But a youth, these are the words of an old man and not a youth. Okay, youth will always say, I will do this. Radiance, readiness, and capacity to get involved. With this capacity to get involved, youths just get lost in their work. They're always engrossed and so obsessed and so involved in that work that they can reach for the stars. Unfortunately, youths do get involved in things, but they get involved in the wrong things. See, a lot of people, young age, working in the city that turn to drugs or excess alcohol, who walk around in gangs, go on riots, they spend all their time going to nightclubs and things like that. They're not using the talents and abilities they have to achieve success in that life, not using that capacity to get involved. They're getting involved, but getting involved in the wrong things, starting fights in the middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, causing noise, disturbing the elderly, making people go up to them, tell them to shut up, or calling the police on them. This is what is happening when youth don't use the ability and the capacity they have. And that capacity to get involved is so important that if someone aged 17 or 18 goes into the wrong crowd, that can affect them not just for a few years, but for life. And it will make them guilty. They can go down the wrong route. So this is the readiness, radiance, and capacity to get involved. Bhishma was such a youth, and that's why he cheered Duryodhana up.